Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And today we are going to be celebrating Father's Day, and it's coming up in a couple weeks, so it's not celebrating it today, but we wanted to talk about some ideas that you can do for Dad and mix it up a little bit. And just a little bit about me, Larry and I, we've been married since 1989. So I think 33 years is a little bit wrong on there. Um, and I've been doing doTERRA since June of 2013. Mom and I signed up the same day. And here we are still, gosh, 13 years later. And pretty much June, like that's going to be our milestone. So it's pretty exciting. Um, so happy Father's Day. So to all those with their dads and I know all of us here on this call, we um, have had dads in our lives before, and we know people around us who have dads. And so maybe some information that we're going to share today will give you some ideas on how to share the oils. So just real quick, what is an essential oil? Well, they're amazing aromatic compounds found in plants from the roots, barks, flowers, leaves, the rhizome, lots of different parts of the plant will provide aromatic compounds with natural healing properties in them, which is really incredible. They're steam distilled or cold press extracted from the plant. So we get the essential oils. There's a picture of a peppermint plant. We have an essential oil sac on the back of the leaf with these little thistly hairs. So when you rub the leaf, you can burst open those little oil sacs and smell that peppermint. It's really incredible. And these little thistly hairs are protecting the oil sac, which is really kind of fun. So the plants are incredible. We have choices in our life. We have the modern approach or we have the natural approach. And I just watched a video this morning and it was incredible talking about modern medicine and all the things that it's not doing and what all the amazing things that natural approach is doing. And when I get done with this recording today, I will go ahead and put that link in there for you guys to pick up and watch that video. So the modern approach is to design this to go after the symptoms, where the natural approach actually goes after the root cause, where we're really working on why we have those issues in the first place. Our bodies are so incredible and they really are designed to heal themselves. In that video that I was watching this morning, they were talking about the DNA structure being inside the cell, and the cell membrane is actually the protection, the wall protection. And what's really beautiful about the essential oils is that they're so fine and pure and just like our bodies that they can actually penetrate this cell wall where really no medications can. And outside the cell wall, we have all these receptor sites, which is where the hormone receptor sites are. And with the toxicities that we have in our environment, from the stresses to the food chemicals that we have to the air chemicals, whatever. We got so many toxins in our environment that it actually causes inflammation on the cell. And the cells are designed to be energetic. And when they're weighted down with toxicity, they're not performing it the way that they're designed to. And so, no wonder we're very tired all the time, or we struggle with lack of energy or not sleeping well at night. If you are one of those people who struggles with those things, then let's take a look at what these essential oils can really do for you. What's super fun about these essential oils is that there's 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And, I talk a lot to people who know Ayurvedic medicines and natural medicines and herbs and all these different things, but these oils are one drop is 28 cups of peppermint tea, so they're very potent. And these little bottles are just a high impact thing. So don't let the little bottle surprise you. There are three ways to use these oils. Of course, we can use them aromatically by breathing in the oil. We love using the diffuser that will help diffuse the oil into the air, and we can benefit that way as well. You can put them on topically to the areas that's most affected, or even on the bottom of your feet. That's where the largest pores are, and the oils can penetrate into our body and circulate through all those cells in our body. And internal, of course, we can drink them. I love drinking my MetaPower essential oil in my water bottle, and you can put a drop under your tongue, and it makes sense. A lot of essential oils out there in the market are actually say that they're 100% pure, but they also say do not drink internally and do not put on your skin. And what the heck? If you're going to be breathing it in, you're going to be taking it in internally, right? And it's going to be touching your skin. So you really want to be sure you're using these pure oils. Here's a screenshot of our top 10 essential oils. I love this screenshot because it kind of just gives you a plethora of all the different things that these oils can do. They're very intelligent. Each oil has many different ways that you can benefit from it. For example, oregano essential oil is a germ buster, and you can also cook with it. Um, Tea tree oil is really good for like hair and your skin and nail care, and it's also a germ buster. And so when you go through and you look at these oils, even peppermint and lavender, they have like over 200 healing constituents in it. So lots of things that you can do with these oils. And because we are doing this on a recording, we have to be compliant. And so sometimes it seems like these oils are very simplistic, but no, they're very, um, they're they're like a dictionary, each one of them is. They got so much stuff that they can do for you. So let's just jump right in for our dad, shall we? So Father's Day, and then we are leaning into the summertime where we like to stay outside and barbecue and sit on the deck and enjoy the beautiful weather. And so you can do a lot of really good things barbecuing. And when you're going through your garden and looking at different things, you can actually do a lot of marinades. You can do a lot of infusing with salts. Um, you can actually mix the oils up and with within the meat and stuff. It's just incredible. So I want to challenge you just to be creative. There is an ebook on the doTERRA website that talks about how to prepare foods and things with essential oils. And I'm just going to skip ahead and show you some recipes that are really fun. So here's some good barbecue recipes. Um, what about some hassle-free hummus? Now, Sandy, do you like hummus? No, I didn't think so. Um, but I think Kathleen is a hummus lover. And and when you go through and you can do different kinds of flavorings with hummus, you can actually use like cilantro as an idea, or maybe even wild orange. This recipe here is talking about lemon essential oil. And so going through and using the dipping marinades and things like that, it's really fun. Here's a chicken marinade. This is a really powerful marinade. Um, Going through and using like the herbs and sprinkling them on actually adds like texture to it. And sometimes when you're cooking with just the simple essential oil, it does taste a little different, right? So this recipe is including both the herb black pepper as well as the black pepper essential oil. And one of the things, when you're going through and marinating the chicken, the lemon or lime essential oils are going to be breaking down the meat too. So it's going to be making it very tender when you cook with it. Here's another recipe. Let's see if I can go through here and move our pictures because it's in the way for me anyway. Um, is a citrus barbecue sauce. Yum. So if you like to cook with brown sugar in here, if you're not wanting to do sugar, like we just went through and did that 90-day reset, trying to get rid of sugar in our diet, right? Try the coconut sugar. Coconut sugar is very low glycemic type sugar. Um, or you can do like maybe pineapple or different kinds of ingredients that you can do to replace the sugar. And but this is a really good sauce. We've actually did cook with this sauce before, and it's really, really good. Yeah. Okay, here is a grilled corn recipe, and this is really kind of fun. So you can actually melt butter and put the lemon essential oil in, or this one's calling for lime. essential oil in with the butter and sprinkle it on. And some people like to barbecue with the corn wrapped up in aluminum foil, and this one is not wrapping it up in aluminum foil, it's just keeping it open. So I guess it just depends on how you like your corn, if you like it a little bit burned or charcoaly. Um, you can also go through and marinate the salt with the lime or lemon essential oil. So a lot of people like to sprinkle salt on their corn, and this is another way to infuse it. Okay, here is a cucumber salad. And anybody here like cucumbers? No? Cucumbers are really super healthy for you. There's so many benefits for cucumbers. I personally am not a fan, and but I'm trying to increase my palette of flavoring, and I will actually have some seeds of I want to plant some cucumbers in my garden. We'll see if I get to that. So, avocado, tomato, red onion. This is just a really yummy salad. So, okay. How about something fun for the kids? So if you have any kids around, this is a really interesting recipe. When you put this vegetable glycerin in that, it makes the bubbles stick together better. And I never could figure out how people are actually making bubbles where they get them really, really big, because it always seems like when you're blowing the little ones, they always blow apart too fast, right? This is also using the On Guard hand foaming wash. Isn't that fun? So, taking some of the different ways to use these things that we see often, but putting it together. And they put it in a jar like this, so the kids go around with their twisty tie. They took a twist tie and put it together, so you can probably make your little bubble wands bigger or smaller. So, Kathleen, this will be good for the grandkids.
I just took a picture.
Yep. Okay. Now
I
here's
tried,
another.
sorry,
Uh,
I tried putting lavender in the bubbles in some soap and water with lavender,
uh-huh.
thinking, oh, that would be great for a wedding, and it works.
Oh, wow. What a great idea. That
Hmm.
is super fun. Huh. I'm going to have to tell my niece about that one. I wonder if she would like that. Everybody blowing bubbles and they're walking by. What a fun idea. Because they kind of don't like you throwing rice out because it's bad for the birds and stuff, right? So, okay. So here is what dads can do with the kids is going through and making a non-toxic paint. So this is really a fun idea. And putting essential oils in the different colors of the paint is also really a fun way to bring calm and creativity. Did you know that the essential oil guaica wood, guaica wood, guaica wood. Have you guys seen this one? Guaica wood.
Oh God, yeah, I've heard of that.
This essential oil is from South America, and it doesn't really have a smell to it. But boy, when I diffuse it, I get a lot done. It is a real creative oil. Like I'm able to like just pull things together faster. I mean, I've actually challenged and tested myself with this, and so it's been one of my favorites to diffuse when I'm in the office working on my Rainy Beach stuff, my um, booth and things like that. So that might be a fun one too to be able to help with the kids pull in their creativeness, finding their creative self. And I was just really enjoying you, Sandy, showing me pictures of you working on the cricket last night, and thinking, oh boy, that's going to be really fun to play with. um, so also going through for dads, they like to work out, hopefully, and so a lot of different ways you can use for bike riding would be like grapefruit essential oil for your water bottle. Make sure that it's not a plastic one. And also melaleuca to your skin. So sometimes there's chafing that happens. So that's kind of a nice one for the irritated skin. Deep blue rub, of course, and peppermint and frankincense to stay alert because it is kind of dangerous to be riding out there. And of course, Terra Shield for the bug repellent and lip balm for chapped lips. So a lot of really fun ideas here for that. How about making over your car? I'm one of those people that hates the smell of new cars. It just smells like plastic to me. But there's some people that actually will buy those air fresheners just to make their car smell like it's brand new. But you can actually make window cleaner. You can use I like to use the On Guard concentrate. That works really well for cleaning the windows too, believe it or not. You can do chrome cleaner, um, which is using lemon essential oil and, um, huh?
I just coughed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. This might be a neat idea to make little 4-ounce bottles of each one of these to give as a gift. Yeah. Now, of course, we like to cause a little stress for our dads. Um, and here's some essential oils that are really good for stress support. So, I thought this was a good picture of these people in India. I do not know how they managed to put all these people on a motorcycle. There's 5 of them, right? One, two, three, four, 5. Can you believe that? That's
And
stressful.
Dad wears a helmet and none of the kids have anything on.
That's a good point. Check that out. Yeah, but they're color coordinated. They all have yellow and blue on.
Yeah.
Um, so adaptive is just really one of my favorite oils now. I use it every day. I really truly love that oil. And I must love balance too because I went to use it yesterday and it was completely out. So I don't know what's going on with that, but these oils are really good for supporting the body. Okay, now here is some emotional evaluation. This is a good screenshot. Um, guys tend to be a little bit like egotistic. They like to say things like, get over it, buck up, be a man, how they always talk like that, right? Well, sometimes that could be creating some emotional issues going on. And because of that harmful stigma, men aren't emotionless, right? They do have emotions. And so going through and helping support them in that is very important. Here is the Essential Emotions app that you can download. I believe it's $14.99 or something like that, but this app is an incredible app. Maybe if there's a body part that's not feeling so good, believe it or not, when you click on the body and it talks about what the emotion is being held inside that part of the body and what oils you can use with it. So kind of like reverse psychology here. Like I was talking to somebody the other day where they were having sinus issues. And of course, we have allergy season, right? But I went ahead and looked up sinus pressure on this app, and it was talking about being afraid to move forward and all these emotions that were going through that. And she was just like, oh my gosh, this is so me. And we were able to go through and find the oils that support the emotion aspect of it and not just the symptom. So, something good to have as your um, portfolio of goodness. Now, man cave diffuser blends. Of course, if you got a guy that has a man cave or maybe his office or something, here's some fun diffuser blends that they can use. This one here is called Stallion. I did not make these names up, you guys. They're not me. um, and then here's one's the Gentleman, and that might be kind of a fun screenshot for your hubby, Sandy. I don't know. And here's 3 more. Victory. This one here smells really good. I know Cindy loves frankincense, peppermint, and wild orange together. But when you add cedar wood to it, it just is a really nice calming blend too. Notice that a lot of these oils have they have a high note, mid note, and a um, base note in these recipes. So they all have a fir, and then they have a one with mentholadium, and then something to complement it. So pretty cool. Okay, here are some common health issues that men deal with. Of course, all over the world. It doesn't happen to be just in the United States, but heart disease is number one. And then we got like prostate cancer is another one that they need to be concerned about. Diabetes, of course, and high blood pressure and high cholesterol. I thought this picture was pretty pathetic. So adding it to it just made a good example of like what a bad health situation is, right? So of course, let's start with by detoxing. And detoxing, when we're talking about protecting our cell, the cellular level at the cell wall, when we have all of our hormones outside of the cell, it's so important to make sure that we do the best that we can to clean the home. And, people laugh at me. It's like, Becky, why do you have parties all the time? It's like, well, so I can make sure I clean the house once in a while. I'm joking. But going through and using the On Guard, it's so powerful. You can use it in your laundry, in your dish soap, in your hand soap. And of course, you got the wonderful toothpaste. But going through and starting with your health issues starts with detoxing the home with the chemicals. Here is a great recipe for cholesterol. So this is something that you would make a roller bottle with and taking 3 drops of each to maintain healthy levels. I would actually do probably 10 drops of each in a roller bottle and fill the rest of it up with fractionated coconut oil. You can, I don't think, can you take, is Lang Lang one you can do internal? Let me look real quick, you guys. I asked myself that earlier and I forgot to check. Because somebody asked me about this oil, if you can take internally, Lang, this recipe. Huh. I think it's antidepressant, antiseptic, antispasmodic, and a sedative. Mom, can you take Lang internally?
I don't know. I use it on the bottom of my feet with that blood pressure recipe.
Okay. Um, yeah, so just to be safe, let's just go ahead and talk about this being a topical blend and so on. Okay. Here's a diabetes blend that I looked up, and my cousin, he wasn't doing well. He um, had numbers like up at the 200 range or 300 range or something. And he, boy, I'm having a hard time remembering what he was saying, but I made this recipe up. Cheryl, his wife, called me and said, I'm really worried about my husband. Can you do something for him? So I made this roller bottle blend and I crossed my fingers because I wasn't 100% sure, but I looked up oils that are really good for calming, really good for, like basil is really good for helping support the body. Cassia is really good for warming the body. And for some reason, this blend really works well for helping lower those numbers. And of course, you want to be consistent and whatnot. And then we can talk about the prostate health. This is a big, serious issue when we're talking about the hormonal part of the cell level, too. Here's a blend that you can make with frankincense, thyme, clove, and lavender, and citrus bliss. And this will be a topical blend. And then we have ED and libido is an issue. And with the lifelong vitality and feeding the body with the nutrients that it needs, it's going to be real important. And again, going through and working on detoxing the body to get rid of those uh, heavy metals and toxicities that are clogging our hormonal balance. And not being able to get the nutrients to the rest of our body. So it's really important that we do that. Here are other things to deal with that as well, like clary sage is really good for hormonal balancing, lang again, and making a diffuser blend that would be really nice for that. And that's just going through and supporting the body and doing that over a long period of time will be able to help, bring your body back into balance. Of course, we love our Deep Blue, right? Deep Blue is an incredible product, and everybody knows about our Deep Blue. If you don't, why? You need to order some of that right away. This Deep Blue comes in a stick as well, and this stick is an incredible really popular for men too, because when you actually use the rub, you get it on your hands, and if you happen to go use the bathroom afterwards, it could be a little tingly to say the least. So the stick, you don't need to use your hands, you could just rub it on, and that works really well. Okay, so here's the product of the month for June. And guess what? So if you order 125 PV, you are going to get frankincense. You guys, this is an incredible one to share with everybody. Everybody loves frankincense. This will be a good way to be able to get the volume going within your business. And so frankincense, let's share this wildly and get people on the loyalty reward program so they can actually get all these wonderful benefits that that offers. And the benefits are you're going to get points back, if you order every month. And so if you're ordering 100 PV, the first 3 months you're on the loyalty reward program, you're going to get 10% back. The next 3 months, 4, 5, and 6, you're going to get 15% back. All the way up to a whole year's time, you're going to get 30% back in product credit points. You guys, it adds up really fast. And this is something that's so important. And it's also a way to be committed to your health. And so, if you want to maintain that, you need to order at least 1 PV. And in order for you to increase the percentages, you need to be ordering at least 50 PV. If you are doing the business and would like to earn commissions, you'll need to do 100 PV. And to get that free frankincense, it would be 125 PV. This is an incredible thing. And, we go through each month, it's a 5 ml bottle that they're doing this year for the product of the month. And some people say, gosh, I got a lemon oil. It's not very much value. But look, it balances out with the frankincense oil. So this is an incredible thing. So, to get started, reach out to the person who invited you today to talk to them. They can help you pick out a kit that's going to be best for you and what you would like to order for what your health concerns are. And we would just need your email and phone number, and we'll help get your account set up and consider your loyalty reward option for the following month and go from there. So, if you are interested in about the business opportunity, this is a great time. So many people are looking for an extra way to earn some side income, cover their taxes or their gas bills. Things are going on right now. And so if you're interested in hosting a class or earning a little bit of income so that you can pay for your oils and whatnot, or ordering enough to pay for your gas and grocery bills, that's great. And if you'd like to do it full time, we're also interested in talking with you. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording.